Alright, peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. So in this video, this is gonna be a special request from one of my Patreon subscribers. They asked me if I could talk about the Illuminati card game. Alright, now I'm gonna break this down. This might be a lengthy video, but I'm gonna break down the most important cards out of this deck and combine it in what's actually going on today. Alright, now before I go into detail, I'm gonna say that this card game actually came out in 1983, okay? Way before a lot of this stuff actually took place in reality, all right? But I'm gonna get into the details of why this stuff actually happened, okay? So the game, the Illuminati game, was actually created by a game designer by the name of Steve Jackson, all right? Who designed games such as Car Wars, which came out in 1981, the Illuminati game that I'm going to be discussing today, and GURPS Cyberpunk that came out in 1990. All right. Now, the Secret Service actually raided his house based on suspicion of illegal hacker activity. All right, for him writing the game, the script, GURPS Cyberpunk. All right. Now, the Secret Service is not going to raid your house, okay, unless you know something, okay? Now, he ended up suing the Secret Service for $50,000 and wound up winning, all right? But in my personal opinion, I believe he had dirt on these people, and this $50,000 was actually bribe money for him to keep his mouth shut and play it off like it was just a game, all right? But it doesn't cross my mind that one time to think that he's not a part of the agenda. Now, the first card I want to discuss is going to be the terrorist nuke card, okay? Also the Pentagon card. Now, this game, like I said, came out in 1983, okay? And as you can see here is a representation of the Twin Towers being destroyed, all right? And also the Pentagon explosion. Now, we've seen all of these predictive programming with TV shows such as Sesame Street, okay, The Simpsons. A lot of people predicted 9/11 before it actually took place. But what does this let us know? It lets us know that the media knows everything that's going to take place. A lot of these things I'm going to be showing you are basically a hoax, all right? Most of it is all psyops. I'm just going to be honest with you. But when we take a look at this card here, how would they know that that would take place on September 11th, 2001? All right, because it was planned, it was staged. As you can see here, there is also documentation. Okay, there's also documentation by FEMA, okay, which was published in August 1997. Okay, emergency response to terrorism. Okay, when you see there that they have the target attached to what? The Twin Towers, all right? Now, how would they know this was going to happen? Like I said, a lot of this stuff was planned out already, all right? Now, the second card I'm going to be talking about is going to be oil spills, all right? Now, this goes in hand to hand. It says it's a disaster, all right? This is an instant attack to destroy any coastal place. And pardon if you guys can't see the letters or the words on any of these cards. I snatched a lot of this stuff off the internet. But now this goes in hand with the oil spill that took place, the BP oil spill in 2010. Okay, and this was actually detrimental and caused a lot of damage to animals. Now, as I said before, how would they know that this was going to happen in 1983? Because a lot of this stuff was planned. All right. Now, these people that are in higher positions, is it possible that they're using this game, okay, to play out certain situations? It's a possibility, but a lot of things that you're going to see in this video is going to shock you. I'm just being honest. Now, this next two cards, which is a tidal wave and nuclear accident, okay, these two cards actually took place as well. All right, the tidal wave was actually the Indonesia tsunami, okay, that actually took place in 2010. All right, and now the accident card, the nuclear accident card, was due to Fukushima, all right, which actually happened in 2011. All right, now 2011, there was a explosion, a nuclear explosion that caused a lot of chemical radiation over in Fukushima, right? And, you know, these people were you know, that this is when they told us don't eat the fish because the fish has chemicals and radiation in it. You know, all of that stuff was actually detrimental to us as well because they were shipping it over here, right? The next card is going to be very interesting. Now, this right here showed me a lot, okay? This is the Joggers card, all right? Now, I want you guys to pay attention to what this lady is wearing here, all right? She's wearing a green tank top here, right? But this Joggers card goes in hand in hand with the 2013 Boston bombing, all right? Now, this was actually a marathon where numerous people were actually injured, okay? Now, I'm gonna talk about this, right? Because this lady that you see here, okay, seen in the green, was later seen down the line dropping, okay, what was called a detonator, okay? So they're saying that this was the lady that actually let off the bomb that day during the marathon, all right? But like I said, pay attention to this card here. Yeah, but now here's the thing, right? I want to read this card as well. It says, no one ever suspects a harmless jogger. This group gives a 2+ on any assassination attempt. This group may not be destroyed, okay? And as you can see, there's a triangle on her wristband to represent that she's a part of the Illuminati, all right? Now, the next card I'm going to be talking about is savings and loan scams. Now, this is going to go in hand with the banking system, all right? 1989 to be exact, all right, where they came into the whole concept of credit scores. The credit bureau was established during this time, right? Now, if you didn't know, the credit system is very important in today's day and age, in 2023, because without credit, you pretty much can't get anything, all right? You can't get an apartment, you can't get a car, all right? So the importance of having credit, most people say, okay, cash is valuable, but think about this, right? If they no longer want to associate or acceptance of taking currency, paper, fiat, all right, then people that don't have credit scores will pretty much be SOL, all right? Now, what this does is this puts people in a standstill, right? All right, because now you have to accept the banking systems, all right? This is why savings and loans are actually a scam, all right? Because the banking system is all connected to the Federal Reserve. These people are the ones that print the money, and then they enslave us with taxes, right? So we have to pay money for the money that they print and give to us and keep us in slave labor, all right? And this is how they keep us down, all right? So yeah, you know, college tuitions and all of this stuff, student loans, it's all a scam. It's all a scam. Now, this card here, the backlash card, is basically a representation of Obama, okay? Now, Obama received a lot of backlash during his presidency, okay, for the things that he did not deliver on, all right? Now, he took the fall as a lot of the problems that we are dealing with today as far as with politics, all right? But this goes to show you, this card game came out in 1983. So how would they exactly know that this was going to happen, all right? How would they know this? Because it was all planned. It was all planned. Now here, this card here, which is called population reduction card, all right? The population reduction card. I want you guys to pay attention to the skull that's made out of smoke here, all right? Now, this goes in hand with the UN Agenda 2030, okay? Now, if you guys pay attention, this is a representation of them saying something is in the air. And what have they been telling us is going to take place in Agenda 2030? Oh, climate change, all right? Climate change, the weather, and oh, too much carbon. So we're going to have to reduce the population by putting chemicals in the air. As you guys know, they have been spraying chemtrails and certain things in the air to cause people to be sick. So you guys got to be very careful. This is what I'm saying. It's all going to take place, all right? It's all going to take place. Now, this one is very interesting because you have here the International Weather Organization, which is basically a representation of what HARP, and CERN. Now, as you can see here, there's a scientist holding a clipboard while a plane is doing what? I just said it, y'all. I just said it. Leaving off chemtrails, okay? And with them doing this, they're actually causing tornadoes. All right, so now when we see this type of stuff on TV, we already know that they're playing with the weather, all right, because this is what they're doing. This is how they're controlling the weather. If they want a disaster to happen, all they have to do is press a button, all right? This is all they have to do. Now, this card is very interesting. These two cards are very interesting here. You have the Flat Earthers and you have NASA. Now, these two cards are a representation of what we're actually dealing with in today's society. A lot of people believe that the earth is flat, okay? But then you have the round people, the globalists, who actually believe that, okay, the world is round, right? But as you can see here on the NASA card, it's showing you that all of that, the landing on the moon, was all a hoax, okay? It was all a hoax, all right? And it lets you believe that a lot of these people that believe that the earth is round or whatever the case may be, it's made up. Now, you got to also remember that astronauts, okay, they swear to take oaths, all right? That whole moon landing actually was a psyops. It was not real. It was made it was made for television, for people to believe this stuff. All right, but then you see here on the Flat Earthers card, it says, people laugh, but the Flat Earthers know something. For their action, you may roll, all right, 2 dice. If your roll is equal or less than the number of places you control, the Flat Earthers' weird alternative geology has led them to a gold strike. And you may draw as many plot cards as the number you roll, okay? But at the bottom it says weird conservatives, all right? So they know that if they know that you are a flat earther, okay, then there's a possibility that there's a firmament, right? And if there's a firmament, then there's a possibility that there's a creator. See, they know exactly what they're doing here. They know exactly what they're doing. But like I said, this card game came out in when? 1983. How would they know that this would be today's day and age of debates? Now here's, I want to point out, okay, martial law card, the martial law card. All right, now if you guys didn't know, they already put up martial law in France and Belgium, right? Right now they're doing it in China, but martial law is something that's going to take place in the near future, all right? And they're just pushing the narrative until it gets to a point where they can no longer restrain from it. As you can see there, the military is standing in front of what appears to be the White House, okay? So they planning on bringing this over to America and Europe sooner than later, all right? But like I said, you know, we're gonna have to deal with this stuff one way or another, all right? And they're telling us what they're doing through this card game, all right? Now, let's talk about this card in particular, right? We've all seen this already, with them playing ploys on television. Oh, we need the gun control, take away your guns and things of that nature. If you guys didn't know, just recently a teacher was shot by a 6-year-old. And don't you know they're going to use that ploy to tell people that they need to restrain from having guns? It's all a ploy. They want to take away your Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. They know exactly what they're doing, because if you don't have weapons to protect yourself, then guess what? You're going to be under control. You're going to be under their control. How will you fight back? If they have guns and you don't, how will you fight back? Think about this, y'all. Think about it. Now, this is very interesting here. These two cards here. One card that says World War III and the other card that says conspiracy theorists. Now, I'm going to get to the World War III card first. All right. Now, the World War III card is a representation of what Putin just recently said. He already announced that we are in World War III. All right, but I want to point out what I actually found on regards to this situation here. Okay, so now this is a game which is called World War III, I believe, and it predicts that World War III will take place on October 28th, 2026. Okay, until November 2nd, 2032. All right. Now, it's given a whole bunch of the locations on where this will actually, World War III will actually be effective at. All right. But now, if you pay attention here, it says the outcome, worldwide nuclear exchange leading to destruction. So when we pay attention to new World War III, we know that they're going to be using nuclear attacks against people. We pretty much doomed. All right. If you see what's going on over there in Russia and Ukraine, you know those people are going through it right now. All right. They're going through it over there. And now I want to talk about the conspiracy theory cards, right? The conspiracy theorist card, right? Now this is all a ploy because they know all of this stuff is planned. They would consider someone like myself, a conspiracy theorist, right? But if they know that these things are going to take place, it's all been structured already, all right? So they know that we're going to point the finger at the people of the elite, right? But they have to combat the truth, okay, with things like this, okay? Because now, if you don't know what to believe in, this is going to cause confusion, all right? But the truth is the truth. All you have to do is do your own knowledge, and you'll see it's there for you to see. Now, this next card, the meteor strike, goes in hand with the Asteroid 2024, all right? But now we already know that this is junk, all right? If we're going to believe that they're gonna send an asteroid over here, I don't believe any of that mess. All right, this is actually the Pentagon's plan. So if there is some form of asteroid or attack, it's going to be from the Pentagon. All right, the Pentagon is actually going to send any type of missiles or destruction towards the Earth, and then people will be affected by it. But if you pay attention here to this meteor strike card, this meteor is actually landing towards Puerto Rico. All right. And now when it lands towards Puerto Rico, it's going to be affected. All right. And that's going to cause a whole bunch of disruption over there in Puerto Rico, which can be affected in America as well. It's going to be crazy, y'all. They planning all of this stuff out. They planning all of it out. Now, this next card here, which is the Messiah card, is a representation of them sending the false Messiah, okay? So it says here, play this card at any time except during an attack. Link it to any personality you control. That person is hailed as the Messiah by millions worldwide. And now how are they going to bring this in? By bringing in the false Messiah. Look up Project Bluebeam and you'll see they're going to use images of Jesus Christ, Buddha, Allah, all of these different entities they're going to use. And people that are not aware of this will fall for it. Okay, they're going to fall for it, but their Messiah is actually going to be the Quetzalcoatl is going to be their God that they want to represent. Okay, now this is the representation of the feathered serpent or plumed serpent. All right, this is their God. This is who these people actually represent and worship. Okay, this demon here. As you can see, they placed it in front of the UN for one reason only, to represent what they're actually worshiping behind closed doors. So, like I said, y'all, a lot of this stuff that we've been taught and, taught to believe is actually false. Okay, it's actually all false. All right, but you have to do your due diligence and figure out what's real for you. Now, back to this one again. Population reduction, okay, and the epidemic card. What a coincidence that they would have quarantine, okay, and mask, okay, and vaccines on this card, okay, on this card, all right, which is actually going to be population reduction, all right. So now when we take a look at COVID and what COVID did to a lot of people, we know that this stuff is not far-fetched. They knew what they was doing the whole time. We just fell for it, right? We fell for it. All right. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. You got to be very careful because they're planning some mess right up under our noses. All right. Like I'm going to say it again. This game came out in 1983. How would they know that this was going to happen? All right. How would they know? A lot of this stuff is planned out. And they're like I said, they're probably using this game to play out certain situations. Okay, amongst the general population. All right. Now, this card I also found to be very interesting. Okay, because this is a representation of Princess Diana. All right. Now they called her Princess Di. All right, which is her name for short. But this, like I said, this is all weird behavior. Now, if you pay attention to this card behind her, you have people. All right, what appears to be paparazzi flashing their cameras. All right, and then it says, all your other liberal groups get 1+ power. Princess Di and her puppets are immune to attacks by your rivals. by your rivals, peaceful or liberal groups, except for media. And how did they say Princess Diana died? Okay, being chased by paparazzi. All right, but she already said in her diary that her husband was planning on killing her beforehand, so we don't know what to believe, right? It's all a stage, and this card game came out when? Before she died. What a coincidence. Now, here's the Enough is Enough card, which actually depicts Donald Trump's face in its exact form while he was president. Interesting, right? How would they have this picture of his face, okay, and print this on this card? This is unbelievable, right? When you take a look at it, it's unbelievable. These people, I'm trying to tell you, this stuff is no joke. So when we're talking about the Illuminati, a lot of these people that know what's going on, they already got it planned out. It's already planned out, all right, already. Now, this card right here, which is called the Evil Geniuses for a Better Tomorrow, would be a representation of who? Bill Gates and the World Economic Forum. Yes, the evil scientists that I'm against. All right, these people that want to see us gone off of this earth. By any means necessary, they will eliminate all human beings. So why? They can have the control over it. Okay, they want to bring in artificial intelligence, and they want these robots to do all the work while they reap the benefits. Okay, it's a selfish, sick behavior, but these people are with it. Okay, now as you can see, this says, as this group's action, you may automatically take over any gadget resource from your hand. You must then link it to the evil geniuses. Resources linked to them cannot be unlinked. They are lost or captured if the evil geniuses are. All right. So now this is what I'm saying. They know exactly what they're doing when they do this. So when you see people, when you see these individuals talking about depopulation and all of that stuff and vaccines and creating all this crap, they want to see us gone. All right. They want to see us gone. And this is what they're going to do. Now, this card here is a representation of the Supreme Court. But as you can see here, there's a pyramid over their head, which is and they're in a pyramid fashion, which is a representation of what? The Illuminati, okay? Now, the Supreme Court, let's be honest here. They shouldn't be writing any laws over mankind, all right? Let's just take a guess about courtrooms in general. When you go into a courtroom, right, you're swearing to a judge who's a false god, okay, and then in turn they're telling you to swear on a Bible, and you're letting a false god, which is man, judge you, okay, judge your fate, judge what you got going on, and you're supposed, and it says in all courtrooms, in God we trust, right? Yes, but their God is totally different. Their God is Satan, all right? These people are evil. So when you go into a courtroom and you're talking to a judge, I don't care if it's for a traffic ticket. They're all playing the false messiah, okay? They're all acting as if they're God. They're judging you and your fate, all right? This is what I'm saying to you. It's all deemed as a joke. It's all a joke. They know exactly what they're doing. These people are sick and evil. Now, let's take a look at these two cards here. One in particular, the phone company. All right. Now, the phone company is basically a representation of today's technology. All right. These iPhones, these Samsungs, Androids, whatever phone you got. Right. But the phone companies, basically the T-Mobiles, the Verizons, the AT&Ts, or Metro, all of these phone companies. Right. They are what are connected to us because we give them permission to track and trace us, all right? Without phone service, you can buy an iPhone, but without phone service, they won't know where you are, right? So when you get a line, okay, installed on your phone, okay, this is the plug that's going into your head. They're reading your thoughts. They know your every move. They know what you're thinking. They're watching you at all times, okay? So how would they know that this would take place in 1983 in today's day and age? Maybe because they planned it. I'm just guessing, But then this other card here, which is a representation of poison, okay, as you can see here, there appears to be what appears to be some sort of drugs and alcohol here. All right. So this is letting you know that this stuff that we're intaking is actually poison. All right. It's poison for us, but they know it. And this is how they keep us dumb, deaf, and blind, by these type of things. Now, what I want to point out is this card here, the Deprogrammers card. Okay, now this, like I said, this game came out in 1983, right? But if you pay attention here, this is the same depiction, okay, of Lady Gaga, what appears to be in 2010. All right, now, how would they, how would they know that this would take place in the same fashion? Okay, now, the Deprogrammers are who? The ones that want to break out of what? MK Ultra. Okay, we see it with Kanye West today and a lot of other celebrities that want to call out and say, oh, the Illuminati is real. They want to break that curse. Okay, so now they're considered the deprogrammers. All right, because they were under a spell for years at a time. All right, but now they don't want to be under a spell anymore, and they want to teach the public. All right, but their deed is done already. The elite don't need them anymore. Okay, they're useless to them. All right. Now this card is very interesting here. It's the TV preachers card. Now this is just a representation to let you know that all of these people that we see on TV, these TV evangelists, they're all frauds and fake. All right, all they care about is your money. All right, and this lets you know that a lot of the stuff that we see and we're taught is all false. Okay, it's all false. How would they know that this was going to take place? Like I said, they planned it. All right, TV preachers are nothing but scam artists. These people are only there to collect your money. All right, they want you to send in money through the television. Okay, meanwhile they reap the benefits and don't give you anything in return. Okay, half of them don't even speak on God, if you want to be technical, but hey, that's another topic. All right, now this card I find to be very interesting, okay, because here is a representation of the elders of Zion. Now, who are the elders of Zion? The people that control this world, okay, the Zionists. All right, now, as you guys know, if you didn't know, there are scriptures that represent the elders of Zion. Okay, and it explains that these people are the synagogue of Satan. All right, these people are the evildoers of the world. All right, now we already know that they want total control. They own the banking system, they own the media, they own everything, they own real estate, they own the land that we live on. Okay, these people have total control over us, and we're enslaved to them. All right, this is why they're called the elders of Zion. All right. All of them, all right? All of them are evil. Now, this card is very interesting here because this is a representation of censorship, all right? You guys hear me talk about censorship all the time, to the point where I know you probably like, I'm tired of Jay complaining about censorship. I'm tired of it. But this is a representation of the truth not being spread to the people, okay? Now you have so many things out here that will deceive the masses. Something called misinformation, where individuals can press a button and say, hey, this is a lie. We don't want it to be seen anymore. All right. And now what happens is when people do this, you're actually suppressed. Your message is now suppressed. OK, and people don't get your knowledge. All right. But this is what I'm saying, guys. You have to be very wise and understand that this is all a plan. How did they know in today's day and age that censorship would be a problem? OK. We've already seen it, all right? We've already seen certain politicians talk about it. And like I said now, I said this to you guys already, but I truly believe people like Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, they came on platforms like YouTube and Clubhouse to make it bad for people like you and me, all right? Where you can't explain the truth because if you say anything, all right, you're deemed as a conspiracy theorist. And now what happens is they will put you in a category with censorship, all right? And your message won't be heard to the masses. But this is what I'm saying, y'all. All of this stuff is planned. It's all planned. Now, this card right here is a representation of weather satellite, all right? Well, we already know they control the weather, like I said earlier in the video about the HARP situation. But this lets you know these people are a part of the bull crap, right? They're all a part of it, all right? So not only do they use these satellites to go up and see, all right, what is being done in the air, all right? They're actually using these devices to cause disasters, all right? To cause disasters, like I said. It's all a plan. It's all a plan. Now, this card in particular is very interesting here. This is going to be the energy crisis, all right? And that as you can see at the top, it says New World Order, all right? Now, this is a representation of what they are talking about in the Agenda 2030, all right? Basically saying that, hey, you know, there's not enough energy, you know, too much carbon, so we want you guys to get electronic cars, all right? No more use of private cars. We want you to ride share now, okay? So now we're going to be under this whole construct of of artificial intelligence driving us from our destinations. You know, it's sad, man. This is the world that we're headed towards, you know? And they have all of this stuff planned out already. It's crazy. Now, this card right here goes in hand with the internet worm. Okay, now I spoke on this in my last video about the Zero Trust program, right? But it says here on the card, all the data, it's lost, all right? Now, if you guys didn't know with this Zero Trust program, when they want your identification and all of your data to be stored on a computer, right? And an internet worm, as you see here on this card, can come through and take away all of your data, you basically have nothing anymore. Your banking system won't work, you have no ID, you have nothing, because everything is installed on your computer device, right? And this is the way they want it. So now, in order for you to get these things back, you may have to comply now, all right? It's all structured for control over the masses. It's all structured this way, all right? So we must be wise and vigilant and see what's going on in front of our eyes, because none of this stuff is a joke. Like I said, this card game came out in 1983. So how would they know that this would take place? Like I said, it's all planned. Here's another card here that they have, which is called Society for Creative Anarchism. I'm just gonna leave it here and say Antifa. Okay, when we seen all of these riots going on during the pandemic and COVID, all right, a lot of these groups that I mentioned before, Black Lives Matter and Proud Boys and all of these different demographics, right? The not fucking around groups, all of these groups, okay, were anarchists. They were creative anarchists, all right? And they created a lot of destruction throughout the world, okay? When people were out there protesting and damaging a lot of the stores that we lived in, okay, it really did a lot of detrimental damage to us, all right? Because they wanted to destroy and rebuild, all right? Bring in out with the old and bring in the new, all right? Now, this card here, as you guys see, is a representation of fraternal orders, all right? And as you can see here is a black guy here with the Moorish hat on. But why does he have horns coming out of his head, all right? Why does he have horns coming out of his head? Because they're all in cahoots. That's why. They're all in cahoots, all right? It's levels. All right, when you want to get a part of this stuff, you're going to have to start from the bottom and work your way up. And a lot of these people that practice in these type of organizations, they're aware of that. They are aware of this, okay? Now, let's talk about liquor companies, all right? This card here, the liquor companies. Now, this is a representation, as you can see here, if you guys pay very close attention, there's what appears to be a man stuck inside of the bottle, all right? But that man that's inside of the bottle is what? The spirits, okay? The spirits. When you drink alcohol, it unlocks spirits. You tap into certain spirits, okay? This is why people, when they drink, they become a totally different person, all right? But they are aware of the damage that the liquor companies are doing, which is why you see a lot of these celebrities promoting alcohol, all right? And everything they do, they're promoting alcohol. I can't name one podcast that has not promoted alcohol to the Black American demographic, all right? A lot of them do it, all right? They all do it. This is how they get paid, all right? Now, this next one is Center for Disease Control, okay? Center for Disease Control, the C. The people that control all the diseases like COVID, AIDS, all of these different Zika viruses, monkeypox, swine flu, all of these different diseases that come out of nowhere. These people all are aware of it. Okay, they all create it and they have the cure for it. Don't believe me? Look up Agenda 2030, where they're saying by 2030 they want to create a cure for AIDS. Oh, so you mean to tell me since 1983 you guys already had a cure already? Oh, what a coincidence, huh? What a coincidence. So when we see stuff like this, we know that it's not far-fetched. These people all know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Now, this goes in hand to hand, this card here, which is the March on Washington, right? I'm going to speed this up. I got one more to do, and I'm going to end it here. So this card here, March on Washington, is a representation of protesting. And what happened to that lady, all right, on the Capitol, okay, that got killed, all right? How did they know this was going to happen? Protesting on the White House, how did they know this was going to take place? All right, we just have to do the due diligence. The Illuminati, they are playing this game on us. Okay, everything is a psyops. Okay, everything we've been taught and told and see is all a lie. All right, even down to our social economic system. All right, it's all garbage. All right. Oh, if you're a good person, you're gonna get benefits. If you're it's horrible. If you go to school, you're going to get this. If you get a job, you're going to get this. Half of the people that did these things are still struggling. So we know it's a lie. All right? We know it's all a lie. Come on. Okay, and this last one right here is the Immortality serum. Okay, now this is a representation of what we see all the time, that tree of knowledge, okay, that these people like to worship and talk about, the good old Kabbalah, all right, eating, drinking baby's blood and stuff like the sick behavior, right? Just take a look at this clip right here and this will let you know everything.
There are priests that fuck little boys, Catholic priests. There are people that little babies and take their organs or their blood or their sweat and drink it. There are people that eat human flesh because they think what's going on. I never wanted to be in this club where you join something, you make a deal with the devil, you sell your fucking soul, and then you have to hide for the rest of your life. I'm not playing this game.
All right, so you seen this guy here talk about what they actually do in these Hollywood places. All right, Sandra Bullock already explained that, you know, she pokes her face with baby's blood. These people are sick. All right, they're sick individuals, and like I said, in order for this stuff to take place, they had to already plan this out. All right, so this whole immortality serum is basically like, oh, if you join us, you'll live forever. Okay, all you have to do is do this, drink blood, and this, it's disgusting, man. It's really disgusting. All right, I can't even go no further. So there's plenty more cards that I could discuss, but I wanted to point out a few good ones that I found to be interesting in today's day and age. And if you guys want me to do a part 2 to this, just let me know and I'll get it done for you guys. All right. But yeah, with that being said, y'all, I hope I broke this video down in a nutshell. I know it was pretty lengthy, but yeah, we're gonna get to more videos as well. I'm gonna keep doing videos over here for y'all on Patreon. All right, and peace.